Hey, hello, magical human. Welcome to today's episode. I'm not sure what number it is, to be honest with you. I think we're on 97, but I'm not sure. As always, Sunny Bonani, Dumalang, Goeie afternoon, bon dia. So I have actually just finished listening to a 3-hour podcast with the fabulous, I think he's called a polymathematician, Robert Edward Grant, and another wondrous human called Emilio. Sorry, Emilio, I can't remember your name, but from Just Tap In. And yeah, mind blown. Literally, mind is blown. Just, I guess some key things that stood out for me was this aspect and element of how we've been living in duality and how the future or this new earth that we are being invited and called to step into won't necessarily house duality like this, because it will house duality, but the duality will be felt in its wholeness. So there will be a complete understanding of you can't have one without the other. One needs to go up, one needs to come down. And this dichotomy, or this duality, is the universal law, and it allows for the balance of life. And through that knowingness and through that visceral embodiment and feeling, how we view duality now, the good guy, the bad guy, the left, the right, will all start to completely meld and disappear and almost mold, not meld, mold, mold together. I hope I've even done that justice, but that's how I would explain it, or that's the meaning or the understanding that I got from it, along with a whole host of other amazing, insight breaking, revolutionary, thought provoking content. So yes, I really actually did enjoy that. It spoke to my soul. And it also made me realize and become so aware of the aspects and elements that I've been called to partake in. Like, if I have to reflect back to the person that I was 10 years ago, 12 years, 20 years ago, wow, it's definitely not the same person that's here now. I never would have expected to be able to play a musical instrument. I never would have expected to become a painter who creates the most beautiful and soul enriching art that is so vibrant and colorful and whimsical. I would never have expected to have shown up here with my little microphone, speaking into the camera so that I could better who I am through self-improvement by connecting with my voice, the oscillation in it, the frequency, the vibration, and that's just beyond the messages and the words that come out of it, but just, yeah, the resonance. I never would have expected to be the kind of person who loves to be out in nature pretty much all the time. This is someone who used to sit in front of a computer pretty much the entire day. And now, if ever, I hardly even touch the computer. Walk barefoot, guys. I used to rock these bitch ass stilettos, like for reals. The pointy toes, the high heel. I mean, we're talking heels that are this high. And I used to strut my stuff. Okay. I wasn't one of those people who used to like walk with their knees like bent as if they're in utter pain. No, guys. I was the bitch who was strutting her stuff. Okay. If anyone from my previous employment saw me, they would attest to this. It was known as the power walk. And here I am. Rocking barefoot. In fact, I haven't put a single shoe on my foot for the last 8 months. So, as I'm speaking about all these things, I'm just like reminded of the profound change that has taken place in my life. And it's kind of like being sneaky, you know? It hasn't like arrived loud and proud at the door with rainbows and unicorns and balloons and cake. Mm-mm. It snuck in ever so quietly, ever so gently. And I would, hand on my heart, I would have to say that most of those changes were a result of some form of like hardship, some form of alchemization, some form of pressure. And through all of those things, I developed this new way of being. My musical instrument found me after a really soul breaking and heart aching experience with people who I never thought that would occur with and take place with. The connection with myself and the confidence and the ability just to be really comfortable in my own skin, in my own body, listening to my own voice, seeing my own face is something I'm still working on, to be honest. But where I am here today now is a 180 to who and what I was before. And I just think that's just so fucking amazing, right? That is just so amazing and it's so mind-boggling. And there's a part in this recording, this, or what's the right word? I'm trying to think. Not a blog. Sorry, guys. It just literally escaped me. Wow. Sorry. I don't know. It's just like, it's gone. Anyway, this transmission that I was listening to, that I was hearing and receiving through Robert Edward Grant and Emilio, he makes reference to how he's been able to calculate and map how every single galaxy in the multiverse or in the universe, let's start one level smaller, all the galaxies in the universe can literally be mapped out, and he's able to ascertain its chemical composition. So one galaxy will have is foundationally made up of helium. The other one's carbon. Another one is, I don't know, guys. I didn't do science in school, so my knowledge of the periodic table is very limited. But basically, every single galaxy in the universe takes on a form of something in the periodic table. And he proceeded to make reference to how all of those chemicals are and elements are within us, within our physical genetic makeup. And how that in turn means that we have galaxies inside of us. I mean, just take a moment to contemplate that, right? Just take a moment to contemplate that. It's just like, it's quite beautiful, isn't it? Like, what an amazing design. It's almost like, you know, when you're baking that cake and you've got the flour and the eggs and the oil and the butter and the whatever you're putting in the cake, the sugar, the cocoa, the carrots, the pineapple. It's a bit of a mixed up cake, this one, clearly, but you get the point. Carrot cakes, chocolate cakes, you decide. But how all of those elements need to go into the cake to make it the cake. But take each of those elements apart and you can create whole things beyond a cake just with that one ingredient, just with that one element. It can make a series and a host of a whole bunch of other things. You know, the flour isn't just for the cake. It can also be for pasta. It can also be for, I don't know, guys, drop it in the comments if you're inspired by all the things that cake can do. But flour, sorry. Cake maybe as well, but flour. So yeah, just that little analogy for me just makes it a little bit more tangible, a little bit more real, and it just grounds the bigness of I guess what was being shared. But yeah, I'm feeling really in awe, and I'm feeling so so like at peace, and so more trusting of the universe, so much more trusting of God and what God has in store and planned for me. Because I'm only able to see the small little puzzle pieces. It's been created as such by design for a purpose, so that I could experience what are all the other things that I could do with this flower. Because if I came in with the knowingness that this is what flour does, then that's all I would do. That's all I would make. But if you come in with the knowingness of, well, I'm flour, but what are all the things that I can create with flour? Then your mind opens up, and your willingness to create and be experimental and explore and contemplate becomes so greater and so much more vast. And I guess that for me is just how, yeah, humans have been created, how the world has been created, how our solar system and our galaxy and our universe has been created, and multiverses, you know? So, yeah, I don't know, just a bit of a random share today, you know, just a bit of a random share. But I didn't record yesterday, and I did vow and commit to myself that I would not let more than at least 3 days pass before I do a recording. Sometimes I do like to allow for the passing of some days, so that when I show up again 3 days later, or dare I say a week later, I can literally sense, feel, and see a difference in myself. And I think that's just a testament to how quickly and how speedily and progressively we're ascending, transcending, evolving, alchemizing, growing, expanding, unpacking. Yeah, whatever, however you see it. Pretty amazing, right? So, yes, I guess as it stands in this here now moment, as I check the sound on my little device, I'm just reminded of the role that I play in this massive, huge cake that the Almighty Creator has gifted and bestowed not only me, but each and every single one of us with. We are all here in our own unique essence, here to add a little bit of je ne sais quoi, magic, color, vibrancy, tone, to the wonder that is creation, to the wonder that is creativity. And just being reminded that it all stems back to the universal power of us all coming together, so that we can also be sent in separate ways, right? Fractals of the divine, so to speak. And it's just like, how amazing is it to know that? It's pretty fucking epic, I'd say. So, delicious human, today's Friday. It's low tide down at the beach. And when it's low tide in the afternoon and the weather is sweet, I like to take to dancing. So I'm going to go dance like a crazy mofo out there on the beach. I've had many people walking up to me asking me, girl, what are you training for? And I'm like, guys, I was training for life. Okay. But there's no more expressive, liberating, and magical way for me to experience the essence that is me than from dancing. Like, there was actually a meme that I popped up the other day that said, my definition of heaven is dancing. And I would say that I would be definitely one of those people who would attest to it. So, yes, you go and dance, you go bake, whatever floats your boat. And until tomorrow or 2 days' time, I'll see you then. Stay magical. As always, keep sowing those seeds, allowing for the flow and magic of life to find and guide you so that you may ultimately grow, illuminate, and glow. Until the next episode, bye now.